UFC Vegas 83 is coming up next weekend, and today we have the complete betting guide for you today with timestamps, by the way, if you'd like to skip to any particular part of the video, guys. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels, and welcome back to a complete betting guide, guys, where we talk about the confident picks. We go over the last weekend's bets, which, oh boy, that's gonna be trouble. We're gonna go through underdog opportunities, fights you should not bet on, lock of the week, and potential parlays, guys. Again, timestamps are there if you'd like to skip to any particular part of the video. Let's get into it, guys. All right, guys, we are coming off of what was the worst week I have ever had in betting. The worst week. I am embarrassed that I run a membership where you can possibly tail my bets. I cannot believe what happened this time around. I really do. And for those of you who are members, I offer you a sincere apology. I know we got quite a few new members, which this is not how it goes, man. This is not how it goes, but I do need to be honest with you guys, especially since this is something that I am advertising. This is the worst week I've ever had in my betting career. Typically, I am wildly in the positive. And I just recently started showing how I've been doing in the betting. Like, I done it once or twice at this point, and it was a nice success. Like, we're coming back with making some really good money. I don't know what happened here. Let's go through it. Kelvin Gastelum completely dropped the ball. I was so confident in Kelvin Gastelum to win this fight. Oh, like, I can't believe he just didn't show up. Cody Brundage pulled it off. I am never betting against Cody Brundage again, man. He's killed too many parlays. Rob Font. This one doesn't exactly shock me. I just thought Rob Font would be a little bit ahead of Davison Figueiredo. Then we had a two-fight parlay. In two more confident picks, we had Joaquim Silva to win and Julia Villa. I was very worried because I was speaking so negatively about Miesha Tate moving into this betting card, right? Because Miesha Tate sucks. But then Julia Villa showed up in the weigh-ins, and I was like, oh my God. She had gray hair. She was out of shape. Pregnancy got to her, obviously, and I was like, oh boy. And I had a feeling I was in for a little bit of a rough night, right? Then I had another single bet because Cody Brundage sucks for Zach Reese to win. We then had Joaquim Silva, which order was restored. But then I put another bet against Miesha Tate for Julia Avila to win. Now, this one, very tried and true. The women's over 1.5 rounds. Miesha Tate versus Julia Avila and Jamie Lynn Horth versus Veronica Hardy over 1.5 rounds. Thankfully, this one is usually the typical one that I throw the most money against. But then we had another two-fight parlay. I understood this one was a little bit risky. I really did. But Neil Dariushkov finished really early. And then, of course, I had a for fun parlay at the end where I just had most of my confident picks there. This is not how it usually goes. And at the end of the day, this is an advertisement for my membership where you guys can tail my parlays. I completely understand if you're looking at this and I go, oh my God, this guy runs a membership. You'll have to take my word for it, man. This is not how it typically goes. I'm embarrassed at how this is going, and I will do my best to never let this happen again. I'm completely embarrassed. Not even that I lost my own money, just the fact that I have a membership program. So for those of you who did sign up, I apologize, man. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do about that. I was feeling so good about making so much money this week, or last weekend. Crazy to me, guys. Crazy. So if you want to tail my bets, the membership is very cheap, but I completely understand if you're watching this video, man. You're like, what is this loser talking about, right? So I get it. I'll just have to prove myself right. We are wildly in the positive in the coming weeks. But man, this was the worst weekend I have ever had for betting. My apologies, everybody. But guys, before we get into the confident picks, I do want to say that there is an important note when taking a look at the betting side of things this week, and that being the entire fight card had a big shift. This was supposed to be taking place in Shanghai. The UFC, I don't believe they said why, at least not to my knowledge. They moved the event to Vegas. You got to understand, for a lot of people, especially over in the East, or if you're over in the East, there's a lot of fighters over there who have to adjust to a new time frame. They have to travel. There's a lot of stress in that, moving to a brand new location like that. So that is very possible to affect a lot of performances. And you have to take that into consideration when you're betting on this card, okay? People might not show up the same way that we are used to seeing them, because that's a big thing. And that's something that nobody's talking about. So just understand that. Be a little bit careful this week, especially if you're betting on fighters over from the East. With that being said, though, guys, let's get straight into the confident picks. So the first confident pick is going to be Hyun Sung Park. Now, it is important to note, guys, I'm not going to be breaking down every single fight here. I have an entire video breaking down every single fight on the card. If you guys are interested in that, I uploaded it yesterday, so go check it out. So I'm going to be pretty much giving you the brief sum up of what I think and why these are confident picks. And honestly, the reason that this is a confident pick is because one, Hyun-Sung Park has been looking fantastic in his 8-0 career so far, but he's taking on Shannon Ross, who has just since he got into the UFC been KO'd and KO'd and KO'd. I gotta think he's gonna get KO'd again. He's a fighter with an okay skill set, but you cannot have no chin at the flyweight division because guys are fast, guys are technical, guys hit hard. I believe Hyun-Sung Park will find a KO in this fight, as Shannon Ross has been KO'd in the last 3 fights that he's fought. The next confident pick I have for you guys is Nasrat Haqparast. He's taking on Jamie Mullarkey, who Jamie Mullarkey has been at a little bit of lack of success as of recent. I understand he got a nice win in his last fight, but at the end of the day, it was against John McDessie. Nasrat is one of those guys who, if he's not fighting a big name, he will show up and he'll put on a good performance. And I believe in this entire fight, he will be a very, very nice step ahead against Jamie Mullarkey. I believe this will be a stand-up fight, and Nasrat will use his Muay Thai and kickboxing to coast his way to a decision in this fight. The next confident pick I have for you guys is going to be Jun-Young Park. Jun-Young Park has put together quite the quiet win streak, and I got to think he's going to carry that momentum against Andre Muniz, who has been very, very slipping in his last 2 fights. Yeah, he's dangerous on the ground, but Jun-Young Park, I believe, has the submission skills to be okay on the ground against Andre Muniz, and other than that, I believe he'll be better everywhere. He might even explore the takedowns, to be honest with you. I like Jun-Young Park a lot in this fight over Andre Muniz, but it's not, out of the confident picks, I'd say this is the least confident pick, but it's still a confident pick nonetheless. Now, guys, the last confident pick I have for you is going to be Khalil Roundtree Jr. He's on a huge momentum swing right now, and he's looking more improved every single time that we see him. He's taking on Anthony Smith, who took this fight on short notice and who was already having problems in his career. Anthony Smith it's so evident that this dude's out of his prime. He shows up not in shape anymore. He's 37 and 18. He just hasn't looked like the same old Anthony Smith. He's completely out of his prime, like I said. Khalil Roundtree is such a dangerous fighter with great calf kicks, great leg kicks. Anthony Smith is so heavy on his front leg. He's going to get chewed up. He's going to get violently beaten up. And Anthony Smith is not in the headspace to fight right now. This dude doesn't accept his losses. Oh, on paper, I'm going to win this fight. You know, Anthony Smith, I'm just completely done on. Khalil Roundtree is going to continue that momentum swing. I'm very confident that Khalil Roundtree will win this fight. All right, guys, let's talk about some underdog opportunities. Now, it is important to note, while these are underdog opportunities, these are not necessarily my picks, okay? I'm just saying if you're looking for value for your money, these are kind of where you want to go, okay? The first underdog opportunity I have for you is Carlos Hernandez. Carlos Hernandez at this moment is sitting at a plus 400 underdog. I have been so impressed with this guy. Yeah, you know what? He had a recent loss, okay? He looked like a completely different fighter against Dennis Bondar in his last fight. This dude showed up with a nice all-around skill set, got better as the fight went on. I took away from that performance. I was like, okay, this dude has the potential to really, really be something special. And Tatsuro Taira, while he's a great fighter, I'm not nearly as high on him as many, I guess, YouTubers in the MMA picks community is really saying about Tatsuro Taira. I actually am picking Carlos Hernandez to win this fight. I don't know if I want to put my money where my mouth is because Tatsuro Taira is a good fighter. But if you're looking for an underdog opportunity, certainly consider Carlos Hernandez to win this fight. Guys, the next underdog opportunity I have for you is going to be Stephanie Egger. Stephanie Egger, I get it, okay? I get it. She's 8-4. But Luana Santos has proven in her first UFC fight that she does not know what technique is. At least Stephanie Egger has some of that. At the moment of recording this video, Stephanie Egger is sitting at a plus 250 underdog, which is very, very nice. Honestly, I might hit that. Just because, and I understand it's a very dangerous bet, to be honest with you, but I like the value for Stephanie Egger to win this fight. She's a little bit of a step ahead your typical WMMA bantamweight fighter. And Luana Santos is that typical bantamweight fighter with no skill. Yeah, okay, she has a ground game, supposedly. She sure didn't show it in her UFC debut. Yeah, I mean, like, I can't completely take it away from her because she has shown it in the LFA. But, no, I'm not high on this chick. I'm not high on this chick at all. Give me Stephanie Egger to win this fight. Now, guys, let's talk about some fights that I believe you should avoid, and I'll tell you why. The first fight being Sumidarji versus Alan Nascimento. Long story short, it's because it's going to be a striker versus kickboxer matchup. You have Sumidarji, who's so dangerous on the feet. He is such a fantastic kickboxer, but he has a big hole in his game. A very big hole in his game, and that's the ground game, and that's certainly a ground game that Alan Nascimento can explore, who is a very nice all-round fighter in himself. I don't like to bet either side of this fight, because this fight I can see Sumidarji kickboxing his way to a decision, maybe even finding a knockout, but I can also see Alan Nascimento coming in and actually exploring the hole that Sumidarji does have in his game. That's why I do not believe you should really bet on this fight. Moving on to the next fight that I do believe you should avoid is Kenan Song taking on Kevin Jousset. Kevin Jousset, while he has looked very good, and I think he should win this fight, to be honest with you. He's a very good kickboxer, trains out of City Kickboxing. He kind of has that same City Kickboxing style that we all know and love, right? He's looked good. A little bit unproven, but he's looked good. The whole problem is, I don't care how good of a kickboxer you are, Kenan Song can finish you. All it takes is one shot. Look, it almost happened with Ian Gary. Landed one shot, almost finished the fight. Kenan Song has the power where I almost don't want to bet any fight that he takes part of, because he has that potential to win the fight. He can ruin a lot of parlays. I know a lot of people are high on Kevin Jousset. I like from what I've seen from Kevin Jousset as well, and I believe he should win this fight. But Kenan Song is too live for an upset, in my opinion. That's why I believe you should stay away from this fight. Now, guys, the last fight that I believe you should stay away from is Steve Garcia versus Melquizel Costa. All because two guys have a very, very straightforward game plan. Melquizel Costa, that being stand on the outside, use the fantastic kicks, calf kicks, teeps, keep you away, be very elusive, look very good in the striking department. And then you have Steve Garcia, who's going to want to come in and try to take your head off. He has very nice pressure. So I don't know how this fight's going to go in the sense, is Melquizel Costa going to be able to keep him at bay? If so, he's going to win this fight. Or is Steve Garcia's pressure going to be able to overcome anything that Melquizel Costa has to throw at him? I don't know how that's going to go. That's why I believe you should stay away from this fight. All right, guys, let's talk Lock of the Week. Lock of the Week this week is going to be Song Yadong. He's taking on Chris Gutierrez. And you know what we're getting with both guys. Chris Gutierrez, very elusive striker. He's looking good. He has some nice performances. He's coming off of just a very nice win just a month ago, right? He's very elusive, wants to be in and out, land the shots. But Song Yadong, I believe, is so much better than his 20-7 record. Coming off of one of the best performances I've ever seen in his career, this dude really is something special. He's going to come in with that boxing heavy pressure. He's going to walk forward, and I believe he's going to take Chris Gutierrez's head off. While it might go to a decision, to be honest with you, I mean, like, he's going to box his face off. I believe Song Yadong will win just about every second of this fight. I am so confident in him to win this fight. Song Yadong is my lock of the week. The pressure's going to get to Chris Gutierrez. He's not going to be able to just do what Chris Gutierrez does, in and out, bounce around. Song Yadong is going to walk him down and beat him up. That's what I believe is going to happen. Song Yadong, lock of the week. All right, guys, we have now reached the fun part of the video, that being potential parlays. If you don't know, I'm a big fan of over 1.5 rounds. I'm definitely going to be doing that with Talita Allen Carr versus Ryan DeSantos. I'm going to do that for the women's fights, to be honest with you. But of course, the props aren't out yet, so I can't exactly get the odds on there. Same with Luana Santos and Stephanie Egger. I'm going to do that. I don't mind the idea of Nasserat's fight, to be honest with you. I really, really don't. Maybe Jun Young Park, something to think about. But other than that, let's see what we can put together. Definitely Song Yadong. Definitely. Honestly, something that I really am considering doing. Oh, actually, where is... Oh, no. Oh, I was Khalil Roundtree's up here. I was like, what the heck? Now, this is probably something that I will hit. At almost twice your money. I like that. Khalil Roundtree, Song Yadong. I like that. But if you want to add in, like, Jun Park just for fun, Nasserat, did we have another confident pick here? No, we did not. But other than that, oh boy, I don't mind that. I really, really like that. It's almost 4 times your money. I don't mind that. I might... It's really tough when you get to 4-leg parlays. I usually do a for fun parlay, and I might actually do that. But if I'm doing a for fun parlay, I might want to like add to it. Like maybe like I was considering betting on Ryan DeSantos just because Talita Allen Carr sucks. That's not bad. That's not bad. If you want to even add Carlos Hernandez to his, oh boy, that's 25 times. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I was thinking about honestly hitting Carlos Hernandez, especially at 4-1 odds. I don't mind that, man. I don't mind that. If you want to do 2 underdogs, oh boy, 10 times your money. Oh man, that looks good. That feels good. That's tempting, man. That is very, very tempting. Other than that, like if you want to take a couple fighters like Nasserat, Jung Young together, twice your money, you could probably like, I might do a couple 2-fight parlays in here. Definitely nothing big. This is probably not going to be a really big week of betting for me. Something that I actually, you know what's fun is my sister and I every week, which I don't put on the betting guide because it's a stupid thing to do, but we put 10 cents on every single underdog just to see what we can get. And we almost were millionaires one night, which is crazy. So if you put 0.20, that's $10,000 to be honest with you. I like that. What we usually do is, of course, like I said, bet on every underdog. And one time it almost happened in Bellator. Oh my God, we were almost millionaires that night, but that's really fun to do. But other than that, there's not a lot of parlays that I really, really like to hit here. Like I'm probably going to do Khalil Roundtree and I'm probably going to do Song Yadong together. I really like that for the odds because these two, they're kind of favorites. Like if you want to bet like $50 on like Song Yadong, you're only going to profit about 15. So I'm not really feeling too good about that. But together with Khalil Roundtree, don't mind that at all. Don't mind that. You want to put 50, you get almost 100. I don't mind that at all. I like that. That's probably what I'm going to hit. Other than that, I'm going to be doing 1.5 rounds, but I'd have to really, really think about it. We'll see how the week goes on. We'll see. If you're interested, the membership is there if you see what I actually end up placing. But with that being said, guys, that completes the complete betting guide that we have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody on the screen right now. If you'd like to continue watching the Clenbat channel, there'll be 2 videos on screen for you to check out right here. I will see you either there or in the next video, everybody. Take care.